everybody, now it's time for
Coffee Talk.
Thanks to EFB, Ash C, and
Britt B.
Get to
Spill the tea.
Thank you so much, Electric Fountain Brewing. We got some hot tea and some lukewarm tea and some fun tea.
Fun tea. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Fun tea giveaway.
We got a giveaway. It seems like we're giving away an awful lot of stuff these days. So we got the hairball tickets that people just have to email for. Now we have
QCT vouchers. These are not tickets. They are actually vouchers. So in order to win, I just need you to comment below that I want to go see The Lightning Thief. The first person to comment gets 10 vouchers to the Quincy Community Theater rendition of The Lightning Thief with Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
It's a musical.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
Sounds really cool. And Percy Jackson is having a moment. He is everywhere. And it's a really cool concept of a book / musical, basically taking what we seem to think are our differences and making us realize that they're actually superpowers. So,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I think everybody could use an uplifting story. And if you've never been to QCT for whatever reason, they put on a great show, always, great talent. And this one has some teenagers, some local teenagers that I think would be really cool to go show support, and vouchers. So 10 vouchers?
10 vouchers. If you don't need the full 10, I will recycle those and put them on to another giveaway. But we have up to 10, and you can go to any of the showings that it allows you to, that they have openings for, and it is conducive with your schedule. So again, all I need you to do is comment right here.
Comment
I want
below.
to go. And the first person to comment, I will reach out and you will win.
Yes, very cool. All right, so the next bit of tea, City Council.
Yes, we like to dish it out sometimes on Coffee Talk. So I do want to touch on one of the news stories that has created a little bit of confusion. It's not necessarily City Council, but a city IT employee was recently arrested for, I guess.
So I don't know what exactly he was arrested for, but it
was messing with.
The allegations are. We want to make sure that we got that.
Yeah, because right now, we, as you hear this is the day after we put on the news site that he did plead not guilty to everything.
It's like harassment and all kinds of stuff. Basically, the allegations are that he harassed the feller that harassed some aldermen.
Yes. That feller was Benjamin Inman.
Yep.
We're calling him Little Inman around here.
Linman.
Little Linman. He is the same, like she said, is the same guy that harassed some of the county or the city council members during a city council meeting. So that's where that guy kind of came to light.
Yep.
And a lot of people are commenting, that this is the city putting this on this guy, like that he was talking bad or ill on the city, so then the city went in and planted it on this guy.
Yeah, no.
Because he got arrested for child pornography.
Yeah.
So that's where I want to clear the air. The IT guy did not put child pornography, at least this is what we know of, on Benjamin Inman's phone. What this guy was allegedly doing was making threats that people...
harassing threats.
Anybody,
allegedly.
Yes, anybody would consider them harassing threats. So the porn was on there not due to the IT guy, and he was arrested for that. So
I think there's some lines blurred there because there are also comments on social media alleging this as well. So to clear it up, the IT guy for the city of Quincy is alleged to have partaken in harassing this Ben Inman.
Yes.
And hasn't been convicted or
whatever. Has pled
not guilty.
He has a trial date.
Okay. And then this Ben Inman was arrested for harassing or threatening a public official. Is that correct?
Yes. And then as soon as he was let out, he was then rearrested for child pornography on his phone. Okay. Well, so two separate things. But then somehow there's a relationship, and that's what I wanted to discuss.
Okay.
It's the Quincy IT guy's name is Thomas Pugh.
P-U-G-H, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And so he apparently, like I said, allegedly reached out to Benjamin Inman. I want to know why. Like, I want to know what's the connection there. Do they know one another? Was he just doing this for the sake of the city? Because
well, if the threats that I read are the correct things, it seems like there's a history there. And that's just my perception. I'm definitely guessing, but it seems like there's a history there. I don't think he was just trying to be the hero for the alderman.
Yes.
I could be wrong, but I do think there's a history there.
I think so too. So yeah, I guess I want to know.
I want to know the whole
connection.
Yeah.
And then I guess the next thing is that's still up in the air of, I think, his job too. Like, will the city stand by him?
I mean, I'm sure it depends on what comes out of this, but I think as of right now, he is not currently listed as a city employee. On this site.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's just per the website, and it may, I don't know. But obviously, if someone is harassing someone, whether they deserve it or not, as a member of the
I don't think anybody deserves any of this.
No, then we definitely have to take corrective action. But
I just want to get down to, I want to know the connection.
I want to know the backstory before I can decide if it's warranted. Not saying that it's right or not worthy of being fired.
Yeah.
But I do want to make a decision on if it's warranted.
Yeah.
Right? My own personal judgment call.
I agree.
Not that matters on much, but
I mean, it does on Coffee Talk.
Sure, absolutely. That's what I say. So there's that. And then just real quick to touch on like the city enforcement of the solar tower, whatever it is.
Yeah, so that was touched on at City Council, where it would have been, I don't know, they don't like us saying this, but it was the second reading. So each new ordinance has to have three readings.
Yeah.
That was I believe that might have been the third reading where they would have normally taken a vote, but they didn't take it. Yep, because Kelly Mays wanted to hear a little bit more, and she also wanted her alderperson partner, Glenn Ebbing, to be there during the vote.
Yeah.
So
sure.
It has, I guess, another reading, and then they'll take their vote. But
it is, I think, kind of what makes it sticky, and correct me if I'm wrong, it is outside of the city, but it's within the annexed part of the 1.5 miles outside city limits. And then there is the city enforcement agency that voted, or that said we should not allow this. So if it's not in like
that
zoning,
would be the planning commission. So the planning commission put a big X on it.
Yeah.
But the alder people are still passing it through. I've asked, like, why did they do this? Is this a common practice?
Yeah.
Apparently, that is like sometimes common, where even though the planning commission has made a suggestion, they'll go ahead and go
based
with it
on
anyway.
What? I think I'd like to know based
that
on
I don't
what.
know. I want to know that connection too.
Yeah, if it's based on some kind of personal relationship
with
or
Steve Williams Enterprises, or the solar tower person. Or people that want to put these solar towers up, and we're making an ordinance so that it adheres to, like, you have to do a couple of things to make it better for the neighbors and whatnot.
Sure.
A 6-foot fence, they need to tell them, like, what the actual fencing is.
Yeah.
And somebody questioned, they're like, well, can we do this? And it's like,
obviously we can do whatever we want, whenever we want, because it just seems like we're pulling things. Now, here's what I will say, because this is a newer issue, we're going to have to look at how we address these in the future. But if the Planning Commission says no, what is the purpose of revisiting it and saying yes? That's one question. Second question that has to do with kind of, what do we enforce in this, whether it's the material of the fence, the height of the fence. Somebody, I think it was the Joanne Haubrick that said it's on wheels. So it's kind of like it should be this far away from the neighbor's fence, but it can technically be moved around. So
she's also alleging that anytime they've made complaints that they will move it around and
almost
shine
as like a harassing type thing. Yeah. So this needs to be looked at a little more under a microscope.
And then when I guess asked, that Steve Williams was asked by Muddy River News for his comment, and he said, no comment is necessary.
Okay. No comment's necessary, but sometimes it is warranted to, not that you have to have people on your side, but nobody wants to be hated. Let's not be hated.
I feel like comment is necessary. In a community this small, you might think that you don't legally
and
need
as
to
a
give,
neighbor.
Yeah.
What
But in a community this small, and when you're asking for something, and then we are the people that push our alder people to say yes or no, I would think you do owe the people in the community an explanation. As again, that was an allegation, and he can deny the allegation, but
this does pose, I think solar and wind and all of these new things, yada, 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 that still aren't bringing our Ameren bill down, that's another story. But when all of these things come to our community, we have to look at new, zoning issues. It's bringing about a whole new set of issues and enforcement opportunities that will definitely have to be.
This also gives the idea of the not in my backyard thing.
Yeah.
So while, I kind of, from what I've read, am leaning towards the Haubrick's side, because there are sides in this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that in my backyard either, especially if there were notes of harassment and whatnot. Also, but where does it get in our backyard? Like you said, this is new technology, this is that. When do we say, okay, well, everyone has that argument about the not in my backyard?
Well, but I think there's also been a lot of things that have been posed that offer alternates to it. So put it on top of the parking garages. Put it somewhere where it's not in a big open space that someone has built used their retirement funds to move out into the country, and now they're faced with this monstrosity. There has to be another opportunity there.
Yeah.
There has to be. And if it's something for your residence or something for your personal property, then it shouldn't be problematic for your neighbor. Find a way to do it that it's not problematic. On your roof, per se.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. There's got to be an alternate solution, and why it wasn't thought about after the Planning Commission said no, I don't know why that is. Again, I don't have all the answers, but it seems like there should be a better way to do it, and if there's not, then I say the answer is no.
Yeah.
That's my take. That's my hot take. Yeah.
I just want to... There's got to be connections, like I said.
There's got to be a bigger story.
Just like the end of all our great shows, or an Alice Feeney book. There's a twist or a connection here at the end. I haven't figured it out yet.
There's always a connection.
Hopefully.
There's always a backstory, and it does impact the way people think about it. So I think if everybody knew kind of the backstory behind the IT
Pew
snafu.
And Lil Women.
Yeah.
The fight.
Yes. And then, the Haubricks and neighbor Steve, what is the
Not
thing?
so neighbor Steve. He doesn't live there.
Yeah.
I don't think.
So
he just
Okay, well,
not very
that is something that no doubt will divide, I'm sure, our community. But it seems like everything's dividing everyone anymore. Let's talk a little bit about the halftime show, or the two halftime shows. Okay, initial thoughts.
Even something so good as entertainment and halftime is dividing.
Something as American as football, the Super Bowl, right? Now we're going to fight it because we think that the halftime performer is not American enough, which he comes from Puerto Rico, so that is a part of America. Because it's not in English, I think that's what people are taking umbrage with. But have you listened to us? They're very, very catchy. And maybe it would be a good opportunity for us to learn a language outside of our own. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Now you have the other side, which I don't even know if I don't know. It's like...
So you have hard conservatives tuning into the other halftime show.
Yes.
Which is going to be...
Kid Rock.
I knew Kid Rock was going to be like the first one on there.
Yeah. He got tired of shooting Bud Light cans. Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Brice, and Gabby Barrett. Now, I'm not saying they're not all great performers.
Yeah.
But
where's that one going to be aired? Do you know?
I don't. I assume on a separate channel, so people have to pick and choose what they watch.
You want to know, and I heard a lot of people that are supporting this second halftime show
are they
sounding
all
off in the bar and saying
extreme conservatives?
I mean, they're not all, but the ones that were talking about this were like, I'm not watching the halftime show. I'm tuning into this thing. And I want to be like, how much you want to bet you are watching the halftime show?
Yeah.
I bet all these people that are saying, I'm not going to do it, won't turn they won't turn away because they are going to want to see it so that they can chime in and pipe up about it and, put it on their soapbox on their Facebook or comment section about why it was bad. They need to see the guy in the dress to even say that he wore a dress, I would think.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, they're not going to turn away. And the whole, I don't know, I'm not watching it because he's in a dress. I'm not watching it because he doesn't speak English. But yet, you love Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Right.
He didn't speak English. He was wearing a dress, or at least the hippie version of it was, it's just crazy.
Well, it's just all a divisive thing. So Turning Point USA is the organization that is organizing this counter-programming. And in and of itself, counter-programming, I struggle with that. Why do you think, and this, excuse my, putting it this, I guess, I don't know. Let me just say it. It doesn't matter what side you're on. If you're promoting sides, you are the problem. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you are hard right, hard left. If you think that there aren't bigger hands up here creating this divide for a purpose to distract, divide, you are wrong.
Yeah.
And when you promote this kind of crap and not just kind of, I'm not saying you have to get on board, but what is the point here? What is the point? Promoting, here's what it says. You want to promote faith, family, hang on, where'd it go? Faith, family, and freedom in response, okay? Well, what is wrong with Bad Bunny in the sense that it's not faith, family, or freedom? Because if you want the United States to be a truly free country, but you're not letting this happen, you're fighting against the freedom of the NFL. I mean, I just don't, all of it is just asinine to me.
Yeah.
And I get that everybody has their choices and their preferences, but when you call for something that divides people, and this goes for everybody, when you call for something that divides people, you are part of the problem.
Yeah. I will say, he is not my preference, but I'm not going to go up in arms about it. I know that maybe next year my preference will be. But I do know that, or I've noticed that, sorry, the NFL has chosen a lot of halftime shows that don't align with their viewer.
Yeah, controversial. What do you think that's getting them? They love the controversy.
Well, not only that, but maybe they're trying to open up who the viewer is.
Yeah.
So we already have captured, the people that love football, that want to claim themselves as the most American of American, patriots, whatever. You've already captured that audience. So now you want to expand and open it to maybe the Hispanic
culture.
Your audience.
Grow your audience. Because
last year it was, Kendrick Lamar's performance, I believe.
Yeah.
Which
those
was,
jeans.
Yeah.
Those jeans, that's what I took away from it.
That was a little divisive of itself, too. But it still opened the audience and had a lot of people watching that I don't think normally would have watched.
I think here's what I question. Who's doing this all? They're all getting paid. I think that it's okay, you can split down the middle, but if one person is dictating all of this, there's still going to be the winner in the end. There's going to be, you know what I'm saying? So that's where my conspiracy brain comes in. I think there's something bigger that's creating all of this. And they're going to win because they're dividing us, so we can't really stand for anything.
Yeah.
And they're still getting their payday.
Yeah, I don't see anything bringing us back together.
Ah, you don't? Because I've seen it all over social media today, namely Facebook. You know what that is?
Yes, I do know what you're talking
about.
Spill
it, sister.
The caricatures of AI have definitely brought people back together.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess.
It's the one thing that I think everybody is getting on board with. Everybody's like, screw the halftime show. We're not going to watch either. I think, quite honestly, that's the only way to do it. But I know that's not going to happen. We're going to go out to ChatGPT and create our caricature. Basically,
if you're lucky. I mean, I tried.
You kind
Not everyone can figure it out.
You struggled with yours, but that's okay. It takes a little bit to get to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Mine was kind of strange, I think. It thinks I'm
strange,
really into...
but spot on.
Strange, but good. What I was expecting it to do was summarize more of what I use ChatGPT for. It must know that I'm like reading all of these things based on other search queries. So even when I Google, so this brings up like a new thing, because ChatGPT, if you don't know, it's like a search engine. It's like a Google, but it catalogs everything that you search so that it not only knows kind of your personality, your likes, your tendencies, which is kind of creepy, but also can be very convenient. So I haven't used ChatGPT to search my book preferences, but it must look at other things because it really honed in on my love for crime and thriller.
Well, also, I do believe, our phones are listening to us.
Yeah.
Even in Facebook world, AI exists because it's feeding me everything that, I want to hear.
Sure.
Even if I haven't even searched for it, and I just spoke out loud. So
then on the last Club Muddy, I talked about how much I like the crime. So I'm sure that's where it heard it. It was like, oh, let's just make her just a
crime junkie,
big old crime junkie. Which I am.
Mine's pretty spot on. I mean, mine was podcaster, writer, bartender, and I was a character with some big old tatas. So it worked.
It worked. Mine is wine, chaos, coffee talk, podcaster, writer, cat with a Viking hat, which is pretty cool. I think I might get that tattoo next. Killer thrillers, photography, a ghost, handcuffs. I mean, it's pretty.
Now, while you say this is bringing us together, I think it's I don't know. It's a distraction. It's a quick distraction, and it will be gone in a week. It's a fad. Yeah. Nothing, I don't think, will bring this divide together.
Fundamentally.
Unless you see something awful. Tragedy, ultimately, is what it's going to be.
I think tragedy, but although tragedy is still dividing us depending on what the agenda or what the backstory is, I think really what brings us together, for the most part, natural disasters. Yeah. Unfortunately. I mean, not that we're...
Or planned disaster.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's the only thing that divides is what people think about the disaster behind. So,
yeah.
So
here's to World War III.
No, here's to world peace, and what a silly thing
and getting this over with.
Or aliens, take me now, okay? Like I don't want to go through any more divide or hate. I think it's just so asinine. I mean, and how do you accomplish that? I don't know. I don't have a clue. But I definitely don't think that the Super Bowl halftime show is something that we don't need to die on that hill. We got bigger hills to die on. And if we put that focus that we put on all of these non-essential things onto something like making sure no kid is hungry, making sure that our education system is where it needs to be.
It would be nice.
Opioid,
I do think
epidemic.
I'm taking back they're not going to watch it because now I just realized we're at a divide. We're also in a competition. We're going to see.
They want to see the ratings.
Yes.
They're going to want to see the ratings.
Who's going to watch it more? So I take back what I said. They will switch over.
Yeah. Maybe, but if you really want to make
if you can figure it out, because I couldn't even figure out how to get, I do all streaming and stuff that. Yeah. I was trying to watch the Grammys the other night. I literally have every single streaming platform that I pay for, and I couldn't watch it live because I didn't have cable.
You still watch
Nor do I care.
I was going to say, that divides us.
I watched...
what a virtue signaling bullshit of a show.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I mean, right here, as we're saying that, we're literally on, because that is one side, and then there's another.
Yeah.
And I just didn't, I was so upset about that, and then next thing you know, I read a little bit online. I'm like, I thought I was looking for a music awards ceremony.
No, it's not that anymore.
No.
Everything is turned into a political platform, and now it's the NFL is there too.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Or maybe not the NFL, but the people, I would say all of it. Everybody's on some kind of political platform, and until we get off that platform and realize nobody gives a shit about your views but you, we're going to be in the same position.
Well,
so we'll still be here.
Hopefully you gave it about us and you listened to this all the way through.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean,
if you
hopefully.
Oh, well.
You missed out on the good stuff, and those that are still here, Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you. If you really want to make a stand, don't watch either halftime show. Tune back in for the game, though. I think it's going to be a good one.
Just tune in for Coffee Talk.
Yeah, there we go. Just do some reruns of Coffee Talk. Maybe that's
during the halftime show. See whose ratings win now.
That's right. And maybe even stop by EFB, grab yourself a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, well, I think that does it for today's. Oh, we didn't do...
Oh, no.
Good News Brews. We got to end with Good News Brews.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget your tickets, too.
Yeah, don't forget your vouchers.
So our Good News Brews today, we're talking a little bit about the Cornerstone Foundation. They are celebrating their last Dancing with the Stars this weekend.
Ever.
Such a great event for our community.
They're bidding farewell to Dancing with the Local Stars. Great event supporting Cornerstone, which is a great resource in our community. So, yeah, it's February 6th.
Yeah, I've heard the tickets are sold out, so kudos to our community. Good luck to my friends Nate and Kate. I'm giving a special good luck to them.
Yep.
And yes, all the performers. Break a leg.
Don't break a leg. break the charts, right? Yeah. off the hook. Whatever all the kids are saying these days. All right.
Thanks, Cornerstone.
Thank you, Cornerstone. We appreciate all of your efforts, and thank you, Quincy, for always showing up. And thank you for watching
Coffee Talk,
brought to you by EFB. Thanks so much.